Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be tearing into my headlight. And I don't know if you guys seen in my last video, the reflector that I bought had came out of the side. So here it is. I already pulled it off the truck. It's a little fogged up, and hopefully when we reseal it we can take care of this problem. Here's the reflector. Obviously she's supposed to go right here. I broke off one of the tabs. I think it was like up here when I initially put it on. I don't know why I didn't super glue it myself, but now I'm, got to learn a lesson the hard way. So pulled the headlight off the truck. Truck's pretty much torn apart with the grill, and just remove that headlight. I did bust this clip right here. I don't know if you guys can see it real well, but yeah, that little hole right there. We'll see if we're gonna fix that or not. She just plugs into there. I think I was just being impatient and pulled it out. So we're gonna get this thing put in the oven, and then I'm gonna show you guys how to actually separate the lens. This one might be a lot easier because I've already done it, but you guys can see I'm no expert here, and this is a home job. It's not pretty, but this is something that I just took my own, I guess, mechanical skills and try to figure it out instead of paying $2,000 for headlights. So a lot of this is just some silicone that's dried in there. I do have the sealer, or the glue, I guess you could say, that seals it back up. It's from Morimoto. I did buy that, so that I'm gonna seal that back up. But you can tell, like, this thing is kind of scarred up pretty bad, and that's probably why I'm just gonna end up getting some lenses in the future. But yeah, it's not pretty, but we're gonna get it taken care of for the time being and get her thrown back on the truck. And as you guys can see here on the back, what we got is, I got everything removed out of here that I can. There's my HID here, my high beam goes here. The wires I can't really pull out, so I have to push those in there. I take off these fogger caps, like these little things that go here. There's one here, and then there's one down here where my thumb's at, and everything is over here. So these little dudes, I take them off because I just don't want them to melt. This thing would focus, but all they are just little caps to let condensation out. Here's my HID that I have. This is a Diode Dynamics HID kit, and my low beam. So take everything off you can possibly take off before you put it in the oven. And when you put it in the oven, what you're going to do is you're going to bake it for 240 degrees for 20 minutes, and then it gets pretty malleable. The plastic doesn't melt. I recommend sitting it on the bottom, on this portion right here, actually on the rack, and do not have anything touching the actual oven itself other than just this. Once you pull it out, just be very careful. Obviously it's going to be hot, but what I'm trying to say is do not put the glass lens down on the rack. And the reason that being is you don't want, like, it start melting into that rack. So 240 degrees, 20 minutes, and she should come apart. If she starts to cool off too much, what we'll do is we'll just throw her back in and rinse and repeat. I'm not going to put it in for 20 minutes, but I usually put it in for about 5 minute increments depending on how long I've had it out. So here we go. That's all the silicone, like the clear silicone, I pulled out before I even put it in the oven. So got a lot of that stuff out of there. These should be pretty easy to open up. The hardest part about a headlight, I'll tell you guys when we get it open, is getting all the old glue out of the old track, because you just don't want to sandwich it back in with the old glue and new glue. It just doesn't make sense. So just peeling that stuff out slowly, make sure you get all of it, and then just laying a new bead of glue down. While we're waiting on that headlight to bake, discuss a few things. I was driving around the other day. I was headed to work, and I just seen that my my active park assist and things like that kept flashing. My RPMs and stuff were kind of like bouncing around about 500 RPM. So what I did was I pulled over, I tried to reset everything best I could, and what I did is I emailed my tuner. He said he'd never seen it before. So I'm gonna show you guys a quick clip now, just so you guys can see what it looks like. So I got home later on that day and I found out that when I started digging into it, that the unlock mechanism that goes under the dash here, that connects to the cord here, was almost completely unplugged. So what I've noticed is my tuner itself, when I turn the truck on, it looks like this. There's nothing that comes up. So I actually had to pull the whole dash assembly down here. I pulled off this, and I got under here and I just rewired everything. When I rewired everything, it turned out pretty good. So everything's back to working normal, no issues there. And yeah, it was kind of crappy. I was getting kind of pissed off, but I emailed the tuner back, told him what I found out, just let him know, like, hey man, this is the problem, just in case you ever have somebody ever ask about it. So, all right, next thing to do is just show you guys a little walk around the truck. It's pretty clean. Just washed it yesterday. If you guys follow my Instagram, I put a picture up on there. That water just beads off that ceramic coat, man. She's freaking purty. And why not? I figure I'd give you guys a peek under the hood since we got her up. She's a little dirty. Don't beat me up too bad. A little dusty, nothing crazy. But she's running like a champ. She is a freaking blast to drive with the valve body and the whatchamacallit, with the valve body and the gear combo. Man, it's fun. So if you guys watched my past videos, haven't had much issues out of this right here. This is when I had to figure out my possible blown head gasket. I wasn't sure what it was, but put that fitting on there. Haven't had any more coolant leaking out, so that's always a positive sign. And the reason I haven't got this cap on here is because it spins. Not this, but the actual cap. Man, I had to like pull it up a little bit and like spin it to get it off. So I may try to glue it on and just see if it helps. We'll see. But yeah, she's looking pretty good under here. Just need to wipe her down. I don't know if you guys are into this stuff, but here is a windshield cover for this summer. It fits perfect. I'll show you guys the inside of it real quick. Everything works. It fits really good and it's easy to put up. So I showed it to you guys in my past video, but it does help tremendously keeping out the heat. Obviously you got to keep the sunroof closed, but this thing is nice and it fits perfect. So I'll put a link in the description if you guys like it, if you guys want one. I figure since we're messing with things, might as well just put some dang glue on this thing to see if she works. There's the Cummins oil cap that you can pick when you buy the D&J precision valve cover. Alright, we'll let her dry. Alright, she's out of the oven now, and it's kind of hard for y'all to see this, and I'm not going to move it because it's real hot, but all this glue is just melting, so that's nice. That's what you want to see. There's my timer. And honestly, I wonder if, yeah, look how easy she just came up for it. You're not going to be able to do that if you haven't never opened up your lenses before. I'm just going to be frank with you. So what I'm trying to avoid is getting this hot glue on any of the parts inside the headlight. Here's the headlight once you open it up and take the initial lens off. And you guys can see in here, I don't know if you guys can see, it's just a goopy mess. Yeah, it's just all that hot freaking glue. Now the process of pulling that stuff out, that's the fun part. That's what sucks about opening up lenses. Everything I did was fairly simple, but now it's up to pulling all that old glue out. And then if you come on the back of the actual lens itself, the headlight, in order to pull this piece off the lens itself, you're going to just yank up on it right here and it'll pop out. So I'll do that real quick with you guys on the mount so you can see it. There she is. Best thing you could do is not touch any of this stuff, because it's kind of hard to get all your freaking it's kind of hard to get all your fingerprints and stuff off this for good, if not leaving smudge marks. So do your best at all to not touch any of this. So I got the lens out, obviously, from opening up the light. And what I'm going to do, and I'll just use the lens to point, I'm going to put some Gorilla Glue like right in here, a little bit up here and down here, and a little bit in the corner here. This clip right here is where the bottom one goes in, right here. This one, and the top one, like I told you, I broke it off when I first put it in. So I'm gonna put some glue in those spots and then put this back in layer like yay, and be done with it. Alright guys, this is the first video where I'm gonna switch gears and kind of not practice what I preach. I got the lens put back in. That's drying now with the glue. It does have a little bit of a space where it's like not completely flush. You see here on the top where it's kind of like poked out a little bit. Honestly, this thing's kind of pissed me off, you know, it's not going like I want it to. The glue does not come out nearly as easy as the factory glue. If you see behind me, that's the glue I'm going to be using to seal it back up. I tried to get all this stuff off the lens, and it's just not happening. It's like, I don't know, it sucks. And I tried to use my wife's fingernail polish remover to get some of this glue off. It's just not happening. It's almost like just smearing shit. It's not going to work. So I'm going to actually put a little bit more glue back in here with that, and then I'm just going to seal it back up. So yeah, switching gears, we'll get it done. If they fog up or mess up again, I'm just going to take them out in the field and probably shoot them. So I'm just tired of dealing with it, and I'll just buy some new ones. Not what I want to do, but I'll get it done. So I'm gonna put them back. I'm gonna go warm them back up in the oven and then put them back together. So here we go. All right, so I got the headlights put back together. I haven't put them in the oven yet, but I just got them pushed back in their seats. I guess the track. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just throw it in the oven for like 5-10 minutes, let that heat, you know, make that glue a little bit more malleable, and then I'm going to squeeze it together with some clamps or just brute force and throw some silicone around the open areas and throw it back on a truck. So here we go. All right, they're back together. The only little bit of movement I have is up here at the top, like try to push it in, but I really don't have anything to hold it. There used to be some clips up here that went right here and went right here that would hold it, but they have since broke off, and like I said, it's kind of a home job and kind of self-induced on my part. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill it now with, I'm going to fill the cracks here with some silicone. I'm going to let it sit for a few hours and I'll throw it back on the truck. So got the reflector back in there. No telling how long she's gonna last, but she falls off again, that's the end of it. I ain't doing this job again, it sucks. Like I said earlier, the glue to pull out of here, out of the track over here when you first open them up is a lot easier with the factory OEM stuff. This glue here is really soft and it's very hard to pull off. So I try to do it the right way, try to show you guys the right way, and it's kind of hard to do that when I've already done the job before and I'm trying to go back and teach you guys again. So your stock OEM glue will pull out cleanly, and it takes time, trust me, and it sucks, but it does come out and on a clean, and it'll give you a fresh, smooth surface to work with. So if you're interested in doing this, just know that you can pull that glue out. You probably, I don't know if I'm gonna say, I would say if you're doing it, that's the way you want to do it. I'm not saying you have to. You could probably not get away with not doing it and trying to reseal them up a better way. I don't know, I didn't do it, but if you're gonna seal them up again after you've done work and trying to get the best seal possible without getting any fogging or anything like that, then pull that old glue. It just gives you a lot more room to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna silicone this thing back up and I'll throw it back on the truck, do a little check real quick, make sure the lights work, and be done with it. Once again, I get kicked in the nuts. So here we are, my caulking gun just took a crap on me, or not really the caulking gun, the silicone, and now the caulking gun's covered in silicone. So I'm gonna get a new caulking gun and some, I guess, new caulk to seal it up. But yeah, just one thing after another today. You can see it right there. I just don't have the patience for this nonsense today. Well, it looks like we're in luck. I got some of this stuff laying around, so I'm gonna throw this on there, call it a day. She's all done, got her all sealed up with some a JV Weld RTV silicone. Smooth it out with my finger, everything looks pretty good, looks pretty sealed up pretty well. So that's gonna wrap it up, guys. I'm gonna throw it back on the truck. I'm gonna give it a few hours to dry, and then I'm gonna do like a little light show to make sure everything works. But that was just a little, I wanna bring you guys some content today, so this is it. Fixed the headlight, got the truck squared away. I really don't have any other issues with it right now. Fixed the tuner issues that I was having that I kind of talked about, but I haven't really. And other than that, that's it. So truck's 100% once again, no issues with it. And other than that, she's good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your notification bell. Until the next time, we'll see you guys on the next upload. Thanks again for watching.